All right.
All right. Once again, my name is Noel A. Booker. I'm with Business Credit Builder. And what we do at Business Credit Builder is help businesses build business credit and access funding. Okay. So if you're interested in learning all about how to become a business loan broker, this is the place to be. Helping others finance their small businesses can be an extremely satisfying and lucrative experience. You're helping other people fulfill their business dreams while potentially making up to 6 figures. You can start your own full service business funding agency and help fuel business owners with business credit and access to funding, credit lines, and or savings. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go straight to my, I'm going to share my screen so you can see what we're getting ready to do. I'm going to show you all the services that we provide. All of my, let's call them my lending partners that provide the loans that we are able to provide to others. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. That's where we want to be. Like that. Now, you can follow along if you like by going to businesscreditbuilder.us. Right? This is what the website looks like. Business credit.
Okay, let me quickly enter that in. Yeah. Let me just, yeah.
Okay.
So I can follow along.
Yeah, you can follow right along.
Okay.
So this is the website. You can see it up there, right?
Yes.
Businesscreditbuilder.us LLC. Okay.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is go to the button that says business loans. You see that?
Yeah.
And that's the page that we're on. So you would scroll down and this is what you will see. Okay.
Let me see. I'm not able to access that.
Businesscreditbuilder.us.
Yeah, I have businesscreditbuilder.us. Credit builder. Okay. .us.
Businesscreditbuilder.us.
Okay, I'm in. So
okay.
I'll go to business credit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the business loans tab. You see that right there? Business loans.
Business loan tabs. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. I'm in.
All right. Now, if you scroll down, this is what you should see, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me give you a background, right? So you see there's Credit Suite, there's DAC, and if you scroll down a little bit more, you see National Business Capital and ROK Financial. Okay, these are about 4 lending partners, right? Now I started out with the Credit Suite. You see that?
Yep.
Right there, Credit Suite. And so Credit Suite, they help businesses build business credit using a online platforms like a control panel, right? And that's what we give our clients, this control panel that Credit Suite provides. And so I bought into the sales, being able to resell it from them, right? And they teach me how to sell it, right?
Yeah.
Through the training that they gave me, I started doing webinars and offering the services of building up their business credit using what they use is called it's the Business Finance Suite. And it's the #1 selling business credit program in the United States, okay? And the guy that runs it, his name is Ty Crandall, right? So now, With this program, they also provide a hundreds of legitimate lenders, right? With a whole bunch of different programs that you can match up to the different types of businesses, right?
Yeah.
So, like most businesses, when they go to a bank, they get denied because they're under high restrictions at a commercial bank, right?
Mhm.
So 80% of all the businesses that go to a bank get denied.
Mhm.
So in the recent years, like 5 years or so, there's been alternative lenders that they're trying to get after this 80% and trying to get them funded. So they got different programs that they try to get these people that got denied at the bank, and they try to give them loans with different programs, right? Okay. So and that's what we're trying to get at, right? Those 80%, that if they can't get approved over there, then we can definitely get them approved, right?
Okay.
If they qualify, right? So everybody ain't gonna qualify, right? But
Correct.
but it gives more businesses the opportunity. And our job is to let them know that there are other alternatives out there. And just to be a source of information so that they can learn about the different options, and then maybe they might be able to qualify. Okay.
Mhm.
So now with this credit suite, when I submit a client to go get a loan, okay, back up. all of these companies here, right? Credit
Mhm.
Suite, DAC, ROK Financial, National Business Capital, hello Michelle. All of these companies will pay us 3%, about 3% of whatever we lend a business. They lend the business,
Okay.
right? So that's 3%. That's some good money, because let's say somebody gets $100,000 loan, and that means you get $3,000. The day they get their money, you get your money.
Yep.
Okay, that's how it
Yes.
works. It's like an automatic system, right? And any of the companies that I have here are legitimate. I did research on them, and they're not predatory, right? They're gonna give the client the service that they need at a reasonable rate. They're not going to try to gouge them, right? Because there are
Okay.
companies out there that try to gouge them, okay? So before I even
Mhm.
bring it up in my situation, I want to know that my people are getting taken care of and not getting taken advantage of. Yet,
Yeah.
it is good to know that business lending is not cheap. So some people think they're just gonna go run and get some free money. That's not the case. Whenever they're giving you a loan, there's a cost to that, right? So,
Yes.
and it's not always what the client is looking for, right?
Mhm.
so the best place a business can get money is from an SBA loan, because they get a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
It's spread out over time, and the interest rate is real low because it's guaranteed.
Mhm.
So businesses already know that in 5 years, 75% of all businesses will close their doors for good. That's just from stats from the Department of Labor and Statistics. Okay. So lenders already know dealing with businesses is a high risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So,
agree.
yeah. So now, these are all the services I've set up, right? So, okay. Now, remember I said 3%, right? 3% is
Mhm.
what they pay. Now, with Credit Suite, they would pay me 3%, but in Credit Suite, in order for me to get that 3%, I gotta pay this $99 per month. And I don't have that much volume to afford $99 a month, right? Now, once I grow and get more business and business, then I could get that 99, I could pay that $99 a month and I'll get the 3%. So anything I send to them right now, I get 1% because I'm affiliate. If I paid that $99, I'll be bona fide to do that for the 3%, right? So that's why I set up these other funding opportunities as well.
Okay.
And all these different funding opportunities, they pay the 3%. They all train you, but the best training is at Credit Suite and David Allen Capital, right? So each one of these will give you your own control panel, your own ID. You know, you set up your account with them and they deal directly with you. And you're the man. You're the person in charge of your company and you deal right with them. And all your job is to do is to, when you have a client, they'll give you, each one of these companies will give you the link. They'll give you a website. They give you all this promotional stuff. And you share that promotional stuff. And when people click through your link, then you get the credit for it, right? And the money comes directly to you. And you can also build people underneath you, okay? And with DAC, you can make more money with the people under you as well. Now, all of these, they basically sell the same products, but there is some overlaps, right? Some of these sell things that the other don't sell, right? So that's why I say you can be a full service, because if you offer all 4 of these lending partners that you see, then you will be a full service broker for lending money to businesses. Okay. So we're going to go over and we're just going to go through the different things that you can offer, right? So we're going to start at the top left, Credit Suite, right? So I do business as businesscreditbuilder.us, right? And everything that I know, I learned from the training from Credit Suite, right? Every one of these give you training, right? And Credit Suite, they give you extensive training, and DAC, they give you extensive training. And every one of these, they have webinars weekly that you can just go in and ask questions. You can mingle with the other reps. You can see their questions that they ask. You can ask the presenter the questions, right? Okay, so let's go through some of these. So now the main thing at Credit Suite that we sell there is the Business Finance Suite, which is the building business credit. Okay, building business credit with the Finance Suite, right? And so with the Finance Suite, for a matter of fact, at your leisure, right? If you go like to the home page, let me go back to I'm gonna go to the home page, right? Just to show you this video real quick, right? I'm not gonna play the video, but this is where it is, right? This is the video that you can click this video and learn about the Business Finance Suite. Okay, let's see. You see?
Now this is credit you can obtain quickly that's linked to your EIN, not your social security number. So it can be obtained without a personal credit check and regardless of personal credit quality. No guarantee.
Okay, so I'm not going to play that. I just wanted to show you where it is, right?
Okay.
And that's the main thing that we provide is building business credit with the Credit Suite. And he'll explain he'll explain that stuff, right? So, and for me to give you a general synopsis of the Finance Suite, it's a control panel that the customer gets, right? And the control panel takes the client through every single step of building up their business credit. For example, one of the first questions is, do you have a business name? Then the person will say, yes, I got a business name. They'll put their business name in there and go to the next step. Or the person will say, no, I don't have a business name. Then the system is going to tell you exactly how to get this business name. There's going to be a video on how to get the business name. And then if you still can't figure it out, then there's an advisory team that they can call at any time and get the answers. And they give the resources on how to get this business name, right? So every single step of the way, it has that type of instruction. So the client is never alone. And the advisors are calling the clients regularly because they're trying to get their business credit up so they can get them to a point where they can qualify and get a loan. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're constantly trying to get them qualified so they can get money. Okay. And you don't have to do nothing. All you got to do is get the link there. Like in this instance, it's different than the rest of them because they don't offer a free reseller situation. So I'm setting up my own reseller situation where people like you would come in and get a couple $100 on anything we sell on there, on the finance suite, right? Okay. Okay, so that's the business finance suite. Business finance suite. Okay, so along with the business finance suite, so it'll take you through those steps, and it's tedious setting up the business because that's the most important piece. The business name, the telephone, the address, all that stuff is in this system and tells them exactly what to do. Okay. Then it'll teach you about setting up your business credit profiles and understanding the business credit system, the business credit reporting, right? Through Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll start actually building the business credit. It'll build business credit in 4 tiers of vendors. Each tier, they'll give them about 15 vendors and tell them, hey, pick 3 of these. Then they'll go get these accounts. They'll go make a purchase. They'll pay for it. Then they'll come back into the system and say, hey, what do I do now? Then they're going to tell them. The next step is to pull your business credit reports. So then you pull the business credit reports, you'll upload them to the system. Then they're going to call you or you call them, and then they'll help you read the business credit reports. And then by reading the business credit reports, then you'll be able to determine when to go to the next step. And they'll always have the advisor right there with them, helping them, you see? So they'll go through the 4 tiers of vendors, right? And with the advisors right there on every single step, right? Any minute question. And I suggest that you call in, that the clients call in for every minute question, because very small details matter with this stuff, okay? So I encourage that. But see, that's the thing. A lot of my clients, they don't do the steps. They fall off because some people can do, some people are doers. They go out and do stuff, right? They know how to go get their money in the business that they're in, right? But they can't do administrative stuff. Not everybody can do administrative stuff. And that's what I find out, that the people that do sign on and they want to do it, they get stumped on having to be patient, having to detail every little step, and that's what happens. And that's what has to be done. And in my webinars, I teach that every week. I teach them the steps so they know the steps that they're getting ready to get down with. Okay? Because I like to be upfront and straight. I'm not trying to sell no pipe dreams or nothing. You had a comment there?
I said, makes sense.
Yeah. So And hello, Sadie, Sade. I don't know if I pronounced your name. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Louis B, what up? Okay, and so now we're still talking about the credit suite and business credit builder there, right? So the business finance suite takes them through all the setting up their business, understanding the business credit reports, and how to set up your credit profiles and all of that stuff. Going through the vendors and building up their business credit through the 4 tiers of vendors. And then when they get credit, then they have the finance suite. Now, the finance advisors, the finance team will contact them, or they can contact the finance team, and they'll figure out, hey, I need to buy this. What's my choices? Then the finance team is going to go in the system and match up the hundreds of legitimate lenders that we have access to, okay, and match them up with a lender that's good for their situation. And they'll give them the options and all that stuff. They'll help them every single step of the way. They're trying to get you, because some of that stuff they make a little money on. Some of it they don't make a little bit of money on, right? If they make any money, it'll be on the back end. It ain't no upfront stuff, right? And if it is, then they'll let you know. But most of the stuff is upfront and free. And all of these and all this stuff that I'm telling you, in order to get down, is free. There's no charge to do this, okay? But I would like to charge, because I don't want just anybody running up in here trying to do this. I want like serious people that's going to actually put in some grind, because that's what it takes to be successful. It don't take a little dabbling, okay, to be successful. It takes some grind. You can't expect to get a lot by just putting in a little in this. So you got to put your all into this, as much as you got, right? So I'm just saying that up front, because I just like to be straight. You know, I ain't trying to say, hey, this is gonna be easy, we're gonna get a whole bunch of money. Nah. If you put the right work in it, then you can get paid big. I can tell you that. All right. When I started, okay, so bust it. So I got to a point where I wanted to offer more options to sell. So then I got hooked up with this company called ROK Financial. You see that one down there at the bottom? ROK Financial, they're in New York, right? I went and did a webinar live from their office. And when I got back to Atlanta, I sent out my emails and stuff. The next month, I made $3,000 because all the people that was on my email list. I had never sent out no promotions on lending until then. And then when I did, some of them people qualified. And all I got to do is just send the information with my link. And then they go fill out the little quick questionnaire. And then the respective company, ROK, contacts them and works through their loan process. We don't have to do nothing else after that. All we got to do is get our link out, and they fill out a quick little form, and they in there. And we'll link to it because we gave them our link. So that's how they know to give us the 3%. Okay? That's how it works. Okay, so let's go through some of this stuff that we can provide. We're going up here, it's Credit Suite. The Credit Line Hybrid Program, all right? I'm just gonna breeze through this stuff off the top of my head. The Credit Line Hybrid Program is a program that's good for, hold on, let me start. Let me tell you first about the 3 C's of funding. The 3 C's of funding: credit, collateral, cash flow. If a company has all 3 of these C's, then they can possibly qualify for an SBA loan. If they got 2 of them, then they can possibly qualify for a term loan. If they have 1 of them, credit, cash flow, collateral, then they could possibly qualify for some money based on 1 that they have. Now, if they have none of the 3 C's, then that's when they have to start with business credit. And as you build business credit, then you can access more and more money. So no matter what stage a business is in, we can help them. If they can qualify now, that's the ones we want, the ones that can qualify now. But even if they don't qualify now, we still have a product that can help them get qualified. Okay? So let's go over some of these products. The credit line hybrid program. This one is for businesses that have good personal credit or have a guarantor that does. Okay? Now, y'all can go into these links yourself, but I'm just going to breeze over them, right? So, and on the page, when you link to that page there's a video on that page that tells you all the details about the credit line hybrid program. Basically, they just need to have a 685 credit score with a high trade line. So this is how it works. They'll look at their personal credit. They need to have a 685. They're going to look at the highest revolving credit limit that they have, and they'll get matched on up to 5 credit cards matching the highest credit limit that they have, right? So for example, if they got a Home Depot card that got $30,000 limit on it, then they could possibly get up to 5 credit cards with $30,000 on them, up to $150,000 in 3 weeks. Okay, and we get paid on that. Okay, depending on how much they get approved for, we get paid on. The accounts receivable financing. Accounts receivable financing is for people that got like it's also called factoring, right? It's for people that can group and sell their invoices, right? Like for example, a freight company, they might have they have a truck that's doing a delivery and they invoice for that, but they don't get paid for 30 days on that, right? So they can batch and sell their invoices and they get paid in 24 hours. That's called factoring, right? Accounts receivable financing. There's equipment financing. So there's there's companies that all they do is finance businesses to buy equipment. Okay? That's equipment financing. That's all they do. They're going to buy equipment. And equipment could be machinery. It could be trucks, a fleet of vehicles, whatever it is. Equipment. Merchant credit. Merchant credit is for companies that accept credit cards as payment for their business. That's the cash flow, right? So depending on that's cash flow financing. So that's depending on how much money goes through their merchant account from the cash that comes in, they can get a business loan on that. A lot of people don't know that. Business revenue financing. Business revenue financing is situations where, like say, a furniture store got inventory, and as they sell the inventory, they pay off their loan. They use that inventory as collateral, right? You see? So there's situations they're trying to make these situations fit. And these are for the people that went to a bank and got denied. 80% of them got denied, and now we're trying to figure out how to get that business financed, right? For whatever they need. Got to figure out what program is good for them, right? Then we got 401k plan financing. So, and other security, stocks and bonds and stuff like that, right? So if you got if the business owner has a 401k, they can get a loan on what they can take out of their 401k. Purchase orders. Purchase order financing is for companies that do contracts with government agencies and big companies when they have a promise to be paid by a company, that you got a promise to be paid if you handle these services, right? So those are contract. And a lot of those are like municipalities, city governments, road pavings and all type of stuff, whatever the city government needs. There are companies out there that do the, they call it procurement for that, right? And so a lot of people don't know that. See, that's not available at the bank. The bank ain't gonna mess with no contract. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Okay. What's next? Purchase order, commercial real estate financing. So commercial real estate financing. So if you have, they have situations to buy commercial real estate. A lot of this commercial real estate stuff, that's when you need to have some good personal credit. And a lot of times you have to put up real estate. So if they have equity, right, in their home or a real estate or a business property, if they have equity in those properties, then they can get a business loan. A lot of people don't know that, right? Okay, term loans, we have options to term loans and even SBA loans, okay? So that's the stuff that's just at Credit Suite. And like I said, if you sign up and be a reseller for all of these, then you'll be a full service because some of these companies offer stuff that Credit Suite don't, and vice versa, right? So let's go over to DAC, David Allen Capital. Now, I'm really excited about David Allen Capital because they're really interactive in helping you, right? They have multiple webinars to help you succeed every week. Multiple, right? Where you could go ask questions, you could interact with the other people, right? I was in a meeting with them and even got a client because they didn't offer something that Credit Suite offers, right? So in there, see, David Allen Capital, they're mainly good for cash flow financing, right? But they have some other stuff, right? So I was in the meeting and they was talking about, well, is there anything that we can get funding for if they only have good personal credit? And the guy in the DAC thinks that will say, no, we do cash flow, right? So they don't do that. So I put in the chat, I can help people with good personal credit for startups. And he got my information and called me the next day. You see? So DAC, they got instant funding. So with DAC, they do basically the cash flow, right? So if a business makes at least $3,000 a month, depending on how much they make per month, they can get money. Even if they're a 1099 worker, putting their money into their personal account, David Allen Capital can help those people. Even if they're a ride share driver, right? But they got to make at least $3,000 a month. And how they get funded is they go through that little application I told you about. They do right on the telephone. You give them the link, they go in there and fill out a little quickie, right? That's so fast that they can get money in 10 minutes. That's how fast it is for that small money. Larger sums, it takes a couple more days, right? So they put the money, they put the information in. Now the key to this DAC is that the client puts their quick information in there, then they're going to get an email to connect their bank. If they don't connect their bank, they ain't going to get nothing because they don't even start trying to approve you until you connected the bank, right? So a lot of people, let me try to get this free money real quick, right? And they put the application in, and then when they ask for the real stuff to put in their bank information, they don't do it, right? So once they put the bank information in, that's when they're gonna get ready to approve you. And you're telling them how much you make, then you're gonna put in the bank information, and they're gonna see how much you make. If it checks out, they're getting ready to cut you a check in 10 minutes. Okay. So that's David Allen Capital. They offer instant funding. They give you business capital, lines of credit, equipment financing, and asset-backed financing. That's the real estate. So you have to put up real estate for that, right? And this is also available in Canada, starting at the beginning of 2023. This is just being offered in Canada. So that's a whole nother country of possible clients to get 3% off Okay. And one thing about David Allen Capital is they offer more than just funding, right? So they got this other business services. If you look at that, and all of the stuff you can click down into and see the details, right? So they got the employee retention credit, right? That's with the COVID. That happened with the COVID stuff. That's getting ready to end in about a year, I think. But we got a situation with a group of lawyers, mandate lawyers and CPAs that can get the money, right? So if during COVID, they kept their employees on payroll and they, they did the forms and stuff, they paid the taxes and all that, then they could get that money back up to $26,000 for each employee. That's a really detailed situation, and through our links, we send them to the link and they're gonna take over. All we gotta do is get the people to the link, they fill it out, and they take over and give them excellent customer service. Okay. We have a situation where for payment processing, we have like a discounted program that's different, where the businesses can accept credit cards, right? So look into that, drill down into that, because you can offer businesses the ability to accept credit cards at a discount. And we give you the training on how to do this. The deal with this payment processing is that it's different than normal. We give them the opportunity, because all these businesses that offer the ability to accept credit cards, that means they have an expense at the end of the month. They have to pay for that ability through their merchant account at their bank. So with our situation, we can almost eliminate the cost to that client for being able to accept credit cards. So you got to look into that, right? We also offer identity protection situations. Check out this employee pay any day. This situation is where this could be a benefit for employers to offer to their employees. As a benefit, they give them these debit cards. They get paid on the debit cards, right? And they can get a loan on that debit card before payday. Okay? So if it's Monday and they trying to and payday is Friday and they trying to get paid Monday, they can get a loan, right? So that's a benefit to the employee. They can get the money before they even worked it. Okay? So, and there's, situations for all of that, right? So, but that's the basic rundown on that, right? And these are stuff that we can offer to businesses. Okay. The next one is health share, right? So people that pay for health care, we have a situation that's a health share, and it can reduce their cost. Most likely, it will reduce their cost. If they pay already about $1,000 a month for insurance, then we could save them money. Now, if they go through our system and it finds out that they qualify for the government's healthcare thing, then they're going to send them to that, and they're not going to try to get the money on that, right? They're just going to send them to what's best for them. Okay, and that's how these companies deal with our people, right? They're not trying to gouge them and trying to get their money. They're trying to do the best thing for them, trying to give them the best options, right? And I've already tested all of this, all right? Okay, let's see what else. Now we got National Business Capital. National Business Capital, they do small business loans, business line of credit. They do the equipment financing. Now they do the SBA loans, but they got this hybrid SBA loan that's supposed to be, I haven't checked this though, but it's supposed to be like lower restrictions, because the normal SBAs is high restrictions. This one is built and designed for a speedier process than the normal. Usually an SBA loan takes you about a year to even get. This one, they try to streamline it, all right? So this is a different type of product for the SBA loan. They also got the performance advantage based on your performance of the business. They can give you a loan based on the history of the performance of the business. They got this equipment financing. That's a system by which they do the equipment financing. And they also do high risk businesses, right? Like cannabis financing. That's a high risk situation, right? So they got situations for that. They got the asset-based lending. Like I told you before, the asset-based lending is mostly real estate. So what you have to do is you have to have equity in your home or business property, and you can get a loan, right? Accounts receivable financing, already discussed what accounts receivable financing is. That's also called factoring. Loans for doctors and dental practices, okay? Merchant cash advance. Remember I talked to you about the merchant cash advance for businesses that accept credit cards. They have franchise financing, okay? See, some of these lenders, my lending partners, offer things that the other ones don't offer, you see? So if you offer all of these, then you'll be a full service broker, okay? They also do the purchase order financing. I told you about that. That's for the companies that have the government contracts. And they do the commercial mortgage financing. So if the client has commercial property, then they can use that to buy another commercial property, okay? And ROK Financial, this is my first branch out. So they do the equipment financing, they do term loans, they do the line of credit, the working capital, they do also the real estate, and they do this program called a fix and flip program. The fix and flip, I like that program. Nobody else does that. Well, let me see. Credit Suite does do a fix and flip, but the fix and flip is like this. If you are a fix and flipper, then you have to just prove that you can fix and flip and have about a 550 credit score, and they will finance the purchase and rehab of a property, residential property. All right. That's basically how that runs down. But you can click and get more details and stuff, right? But that's how it goes, right? So and then see, my actions, you're always in doing sales, right? You always have to have a call for action, right? The call for action. So I tell them, my people, to go and schedule an assessment. Get your free business finance assessment and discover your optimal path to improve fundability, build business credit, and get business loans. Schedule an assessment, which is the same as schedule a free consultation, right? So all this stuff is what Credit Suite taught me to do, all right? Through their training, you offer a free guide, right? And then when you give them a free guide, see, everybody wants something free. So that's how I get their attention, all right? And when I'm on the street, it's always about shaking hands with people. The more people you get in touch with, the more people you shake hands with. I got a real fast elevator pitch, right? I just tell people, hey, one time I was at this festival and I was just walking up on businesses, right? And I said, who's the owner here? And they said, all three of us are the owner. And they were spread out. So then I positioned myself so I could talk to all of them, right? Then I said, hold on. Hold on. Okay. So then I said, okay, this is my elevator pitch. I say, my name is Noel Booker. I help businesses build business credit and access funding. Then I hand up my business card, right? I got my business cards handy. And I go, You can get a free guide on how to build business credit. Boom. Now, and then I'm out. That's it. That's my elevator pitch. In passing, boom. And they get the free guide. And when they get that free guide, now they're on my email list. And now I'm sending them emails. And I am shaping them. I am letting them know who I am. I am giving them useful information. And now they trust me. Okay? So business, people are not going to do business with people they don't like. So I give them the free stuff. I give them stuff that they can actually use. And they be like, yo, he knows his stuff. That was good information. That sounds right. Right? So that's how we do it, right? Okay, now, if you think that you can sell this stuff, right, and be committed, because that's the next thing, right? You got to be committed to this. I don't want people, if you're just going to get in there just to see how it goes, don't even start, right? If you want to build a business and do some grind and get some money, I say get down, right? Now, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to go to how you can get down. Now, if you're following along on the website, which is businesscreditbuilder.us, now we're going to the partner page. You see the button right there? Partner. Partner. We're going to the partner page, right? And you scroll down a little bit, and this is what you see, right? Start your own business funding agency and help fuel business owners with business credit and access to funding and or savings. That's how we get down, all right? So that's what it is, right? Okay, your business can offer all of these services. Click each Start Now button and apply now. So this is what you would do. The first one is the business credit, which is the credit suite. So their start button goes to, so you can make an appointment with me, right? And I'm going to tell you all about the details about selling the business finance suite, which is the #1 selling software for helping businesses build business credit and access funding, right? Now, the rest of these Start Now buttons goes to these respective businesses, these respective companies, lending partners, I'm calling them, right? Because these are the ones that's going to pay us. They do the lending. And actually, all of these companies, they have hundreds of legitimate lenders, right? They got hundreds of people. So when the client goes to through your link and fill out the application, each one of these companies are going through a list of lenders to see which one is going to be the best qualifications for them. Okay? And this is how you start to be a reseller. You click one of these Start Now buttons. Actually, you should do all of them one at a time, right? You click the business credit builder. That's so you can sell the business finance suite, building business credit. Okay? I don't know why my camera keeps going down. But and then DAC, right? DAC, when you click that Start Now button for DAC, there's going to be a video. There's going to be 2 videos, right? There's going to be a short one and there's going to be a longer one. That's going to tell you about the opportunity of selling the products that David Allen Capital provides, which is mostly cash flow financing and those business services that I talked to you about, right? And then we got the ROK Financial, right? So that will take you to their page so you can sign up to be a reseller. And then National Business Capital, that'll take you to a page where you can learn more about National Business Capital and sign up to be a reseller. Now, none of these will charge you any money to set up, all right? And you ain't gonna have to sell nobody no cookies. You're not gonna have no parties at your house unless that's your thing, right? It's not required that you go sell nothing, right? It's what you do is you share information and you present yourself as the person that can help people get money. I'm a broker. I got access to hundreds of legitimate lenders. Fill out this application, right? So all of these, once you've set up, you will get an email right back from them, like DAC. Once you sign up with them, they're going to give you a welcome email with a welcome letter. It's going to have all of your websites in there because they give you a whole website. DAC gives you a whole website. Let's go take a look at my website. Actually, we're gonna click here to see what it looks like to set up, right? As a reseller, right? So you go there, and this is part of my website that they gave me, right? For free. Start your own business, significant earnings potential, marketing, business, funding, and other essential services. So they give me all the stuff to use. Now you see at the top here, it says, welcome to the website of Noel Booker. And that's how yours would be, right? It even got my telephone number and my email, right? So that's me, that's my website, right? And this is my reseller page. And this is the two videos I told you about. This left one is like short, and this is David, and he is the owner. And he gives these speeches all the time, right? And motivating you and giving you the details of the new products, the training, everything that you need. Now, this other video is a more lengthy video that tells you and it tells you more about the compensation plan, right? Now, their compensation plan is extensive because they got these things, they got all these incentives. I can't even explain it right, okay? That's why the job that we have is just to get people to click this button that says join now, right? My job is to get people to click this button to say join now, and they get in the system. And then David Allen Kappa is going to take over from there, all right? They're going to take over. They're going to give you an email with your links. They're going to tell you how you can communicate with them. They're going to give you all the resources. They got a back office. You put all your information in on how to get paid. You keep track of all the people that goes through your stuff, right? Yeah, so that's how it is. And this is the website. And if you look at the top, let's see. If we click, let's say, I'm gonna click on one of these. Which one should we click on? Let's click on instant funding, right? So instant funding, this is good for 1099 workers, right? The people that's making from $3,000 to $5,000 a month, plumbers, right? Carpenters, stuff like that. They can get up to $10,000 in 10 minutes. Instant funding for self-employed and gig workers. You see, you can have all of this, right? And that's how we get down. Anybody got any questions? I showed you what to do, where to do it, how to apply, how to get down, how to get paid. Anybody got any questions? Nike, you still with me?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. Well, if nobody has any more questions, then I'm gonna be out of here. I went through everything that I had to say. I showed you what you can offer businesses and how you can help people. I showed you how you can sign up and be a reseller, right? And make a lot of money. This is not for the weak at heart. This is for people that want to grind. If you're scared, don't sign up. All right. But
All right, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we gonna get this recording?
I'm gonna put this up on YouTube in about a day.
All right, so how do we search it?
All right. You got the website and you can check it out. And if you want to go to my website, my YouTube is up here. You see the button up there at the website?
All right.
Yeah, the YouTube is off the chain. I've done a couple of these already, so
All right.
you know.
Great.
All right. All right, everybody. If nobody else has any questions, we're gonna be getting out of here. And I hope to talk to y'all later. Let's make some money. All right. And make sure you get your free guide on how to build business credit by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. Good night, everybody. Let's see how we can get out of here.
Good night.
Good night. All right. Yeah. Thank y'all for coming.